Hi, I'm Stacey Smith with Next Home Limitless Realty, and I'm here today to read to you your bedtime story. Are you ready to get started? I am. The Birdhouse by Cynthia Rylant, illustrations by Barry Mosser. Once, a bright blue house stood beside a river. Birds loved this house. They were always flying by. Sparrows sat on window sills. Swallows swept in the chimney. Wrens flew in and out. And a great barred owl roosted above the front door. A young girl who was walking along the river one day saw this house. She was a girl without a home or a family, and she had not been happy for a very long time. But when she saw all the birds around the bright house, her face lit up, and she stayed hidden in the trees to watch. Presently, the front door opened, and an old woman stepped outside. The birds all scattered and flew when the old woman appeared, all except the great barred owl. He never moved, but the scattering birds quickly came back. Nuthatches ran down the roof. Hummingbirds looked in through the windows, and a sweet cooing dove followed the old woman everywhere she went. The young girl hidden in the trees was amazed. The next day, the birds were back at the bright blue house, and so was the girl. She watched as goldfinches hopped up and down the front steps. Purple martins lined up on the eaves, and a large blue heron walked among the sunflowers. Again, she watched as the old woman stepped outside and the birds scattered, all except the great barred owl. He never moved. On the third day, the girl came yet again to the house, and there were woodpeckers on the mailbox, blue jays on the shutters, and a pheasant on the welcome mat. And the girl watched. The old woman appeared. But surprisingly, the birds did not scatter. This day, instead, they rose as one into the sky. The birds flew first east, then west, north, then south. They flew and formed perfectly a word. G-I-R-L. Girl. The young girl saw this word in the sky, and she ran away as fast as she could. But the old woman stood still, watching the birds and trying to understand what they were telling her. For many days, the young girl was afraid to return to the bright blue house, afraid of being found out by the old woman. But the girl loved the birds so much that she finally could not stay away. She had to see them again. She returned and hid among the trees. She saw thrushes on the clotheslines, starlings in the wheelbarrow, and cardinals all over the picket fence. But as soon as the door opened and the old woman stepped out, the girl jumped up to run away. She did not want the birds to write anything in the sky again. This time, however, the birds did not move at all when the old woman appeared. They did not scatter. They did not fly. They did not write anything in the sky. They stayed on the clothesline, in the wheelbarrow, on the picket fence, perfectly still. Then one lone bird raised its wings to fly. The great barred owl, who never moved, suddenly lifted up. He lifted his enormous, silent wings, and swiftly, surely, he swooped into the trees, and before she could get away, the young girl was caught in the owl's talons. He calmly held on to her shirt until the old woman, hearing the girl's cries, found them The old woman was not really surprised to see a girl. She took the child into the bright blue house, and she washed the dirt from the girl's face and fed her bread and beans. Then the old woman talked with her all through the night. And since that time, the girl has always lived with the old woman. Each day they step outside to tend the flowers or the pumpkins, or perhaps just to take a walk. The birds are always there, and of course, they always scatter when the door opens and the woman and girl appear. All except one, the great barred owl. He never moves, but he always nods his head to the girl whenever she walks past, and the girl always smiles back. The end. Wow, what a sweet story. Did you enjoy seeing all the birds throughout the book? Did you enjoy meeting the young girl and her finding a home in the bright blue house? Aw, what a great story to end the day with. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful night's rest. See you next time.